Good evening, everybody. Glad you could all join us here. This is an exciting episode of Toy Frenzy due to today's breaking news. I've managed to line up a great panel of hosts, and we're all going to talk about our thoughts on today's MOTUesday reveal. So, welcome now. We will be having our panel of hosts currently. Uh, you all know Collecting Classics. You know my co host, Skelevator, of course. We have Bobby and Bob, both from the Collectors of Power of podcast. If you guys have not checked them out, make sure you give them a like and subscribe. And currently, MIA getting himself something to drink. We also have Mega J Retro in the house joining us. You know, you've seen me with him before when we do some shows together. This is his first time on my channel. It's Collecting Classics' first time on my channel. Actually, it's everybody's first time on my channel. So, again, I thank you all for coming out tonight and joining me for this. What an exciting day we've all had. While we're waiting for Mega J to get back, I'm just going to run down the chat here so we can say hey to everybody. All right, we have Duchess of Darkness in the house. Thanos Copter is joined. My big sis Carol is here. We've got Ray Black with us. Excellent. Nolan has made it out. Awesome. Glad to see you guys. Jay Peregrine is with us. We have June Fairmore, another good friend of mine and a friend of the channel here. Excellent musician. Go check out her channel. We have Danny Phillips who joined us. And Billy Thunder Punch He-Man, so glad you could make it. As well as Riptide O'Leary, all the way from Twitter. Thank you. Great to see everybody tonight. So, guys, we had a heck of a drop today. And I'm still like kind of blown away that this was the announcement for today. I didn't really think that we would have this so soon, but now we have our the announcement of Eternia. So, what do you guys think about this?
Wait, the Eternia playset dropped today?
Yeah. I thought we were talking about the Skeletor from the 2020X.
Yeah, right.
I thought we were talking about the McDonald's new adult Happy Meal toys.
Yeah, that's weird.
I'm scared to find out what Grimace does right now. Seriously, I'm really scared to find out what that guy is doing.
Right. Yeah. I mean, this thing is outstanding. A lot better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
That's massive.
Right. Got in showing a bunch of the new details.
Upgraded plastics.
Oh, yeah, definitely. You know, those tracks look insanely sturdy.
Yeah, that was everybody's big fear, right? That those tracks would be just as fragile as the old tracks. But according to what people are saying, this thing's going to be a lot sturdier, a lot stronger, and bigger too, right? Mega J, you were mentioning that it's supposed to be.
It's 4 feet long by 3 feet wide.
Yeah.
Like it is.
Right.
It is massive.
Yeah,
It's huge.
Freaking massive. Has everyone seen the video?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should bring that up because honestly, there's some things in there that I noticed something, and I wonder if you guys will notice it too. So you should definitely bring that up, Oz.
All right. Let's see what we can do here. Give me a moment.
I also like that maybe I didn't pick this up on the 80s version, but there's a picture of it right there. If you went up, it's got the circular track. You could do just a big oval around Eternia versus the S curves and stuff right there.
yeah.
Yeah,
That is so cool.
Yeah, it's a modular track. You can actually arrange it in multiple different configurations, unlike the
That's so cool.
I did not notice that before, Ray. Good.
Yeah, I didn't either.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. The original was strictly this is how it's set up and this is what you get.
and this is how it breaks.
Yes. This is how it breaks. Did you blow on it a little hard? Oops. I'm sorry.
Did you turn the lights off? Because it just broke the monorail.
All right, guys, bear with me for just a moment. I was trying to find the video. I thought it might have been on Mattel Creations. Bear with me just a moment here while I try to get that back up.
If you go on another tab, Oz, you can bring it up on Instagram or or Facebook.
Yeah, because it might only be on Instagram right now.
Okay, let me see.
Yeah, I don't know about you.
Type in Facebook.com/Masters of the Universe.
The snake head being able to move too, like, is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. The puppeteering aspect of it, where it's got a small manipulator right at the base from the back, it looks pretty cool, man. Like,
Yeah,
I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah.
I was gonna buy it just for that little stingray.
That's what I was going to say. You stole my line.
Yeah. That's good. Yeah. Let's watch this like 20 times in a row, guys.
I really could. I love how they've added like some more articulation to the snake head.
Yeah.
And look at the detail on this thing, and a motorized track.
I love the tram. And did my eyes deceive me in the we can go back later, but in the picture, in the solicitation photos on Mattel Creations, you can play it one more time, Oz. I think we missed the beginning.
Yeah, absolutely.
I thought I saw that there was a secondary tram, which the heroes can actually fly on. Okay, see that? Did you guys?
Yeah, the
did
suit
you
of
guys
armor
notice that?
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
that was shown at San Diego Comic-Con. I remember seeing that before.
I think it's magnetized.
Oh,
could be.
That's cool.
Hold on, I'm trying to back up to it again, right where it shows the Horde Trooper
Look,
movement.
you don't see anybody's fingers back there.
Yeah,
Nope.
it's a good point.
It's movie magic with string.
Underneath.
All right, it's not going to allow me to get there. or
Go
at
back
least I'm
go
not
back all the way to the beginning. It'll play from the beginning.
I like the fact that the arms come in
And
Yeah.
grab you. Yeah.
and grab who's ever there. Look at that. Yeah, I think it might be in succession with the tram, how it's motorized. It might be a double feature. Do you think?
I'm thinking that you can there's probably a magnet at the bottom, and you can actually manipulate it and like make him walk.
And notice no stickers on the eyes.
Yeah,
Those
the
look
cat- I was
like
about to say that
plastic
the-
glass eyes or something.
Yeah, I was going to say the cat's eyes are amazing.
So Skelly, can you tell us? Someone told me that they're marbles in the original one.
Yeah, they look like little. They're not stickers on the original. They look like little glass eyes, I think, in the
Yeah,
original.
that's why they look on that too. They
Yeah.
look like,
They definitely
stuffed
look like
animal eyes.
they definitely look like some sort of real like glass or at least some plastic or something.
Acrylic,
Right.
maybe a resin.
I just want to see. I want a slow video that takes me all the way through all the interiors, all the exteriors. If everybody in this group is going to drop $550 on this thing, we want to get like we want a like 15-minute documentary on this and the making of it and just a walkthrough of the whole thing and all the functionality. That's what we want. I'm hoping we get that next Tuesday.
Yeah, that'll cost you an extra $50.
I'd like to see a 3D printed mount. Take off the tram, put on a GoPro, and have the GoPro go around the track.
You know what? I think there's a cutout. Is that
Yeah,
what
I'm
it is?
zoomed in right here. Hold on, let me get this.
So is that a cutout or a sticker?
It looked like he was floating, but if it's just a cutout, that's still pretty cool.
That
Yeah.
base looks wide
Maybe
enough
there's-
for a
there's
magnet,
something
though.
underneath. Yeah, definitely.
That's still awesome to be able
Yeah,
to.
but if it doesn't come with it, you could customize it.
Yeah.
Right.
Most definitely.
And look at this armory that we have in here. I mean,
Jitsu
look at
bow.
this
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah,
Jitsu bow. Go ahead.
Check out that bow, that automatic arrow bow, like the
This
automatic
right here.
arrow gun. Like that's just medieval, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Absolutely. And it looks like you get two of them. It
Yeah.
looks like we have one on either side. We have whatever kind of gun this is. And I say gun because it looks like there's a scope attached here.
Yeah, it's kind of like a bayonet, I think.
Yeah.
And a sword blade on the other side of it.
Right. Like a huge machete style bayonet or something. I mean, it's nuts.
Yeah, that's
Under the shield, on the right side, under the shield, there's something right there too.
Yeah. Some kind of gauntlet style weapon. Something
Yeah.
that's going to snap onto a wrist.
I'm thinking like an axe, maybe.
And then whatever this rocket is behind the Horde Trooper, whatever that thing's attached to,
Yeah.
I mean, this is absolutely nuts. Like, talk about the extra accessories you can gear up any side with.
And then on the left, there's one too.
Yeah, we've got
On the left edge, right there. Yeah,
this right.
the silver, the gray looking one,
Yeah,
next to the brown.
right
Yeah.
here or further
Yeah,
down?
that thing right there. No, right there, right there.
Yeah, this thing.
If you go
Yeah.
back to the wide angle where it shows the back, you can kind of zoom in on it and you can see a different angle of it.
That's a good call. Let's go ahead. You said the wide angle shot,
Yeah,
right?
that one right there. Click it.
Yep. All right. Let's see. It should be. Whoa! Why is that?
No, you opened up the thumbnail. You didn't open up the.
Excuse me. All right. Now we'll go ahead and open that one in a new tab. There we go. And then zoom in.
Keep
Doesn't
going.
look like it'll let me zoom in as
Yeah, no. Hit Control plus.
Control plus for more.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Keep
Let's
going.
get us centered back over here, though.
New
So you need
skills.
to use the sliders at the bottom and the top. Yeah, there you go.
I got.
Oh,
you.
there we go.
Yeah. Okay.
Ooh, it looks full of goodies.
Zoom more. Zoom. More zoom.
Extra zoom.
Look at all. Okay.
It's like an arm brace with an axe attached to it, like a hatchet attached to it. There's some good
Those
in
those
here.
are the grappling hooks
Mhm.
that
the
they
grappling hooks.
single characters can use to ride the tram rails.
Yeah.
There you
Yeah.
go. That's
Ooh.
awesome.
So
Yeah.
you've got 1, 2, 3 of them, and I think that mounts up. Looks like this is an extra laser cannon, almost turret style.
Mm-hmm.
We've got right here, and there's the more crossbow looking
Like trap jaw, maybe trap jaw gun, and then above that is the crossbow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, wow, this is a lot. So much right there. And just looking at the backside with all these sculpted interiors as opposed to cardboard inserts. I mean, this thing's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
I like the winch elevator instead of the pull tab.
Right. Yeah. So now we have this, and it'll actually go up and down instead of just like you said, Jay, the pull tab. And how about this? The turret. Okay. Missile firing action.
Does it actually?
That's
Somebody-
what was said. It has missile firing action.
Somebody's
I
gonna
think they
lose
put a
an eye.
disclaimer on the
Yeah.
box that says you'll shoot your eye out or something like that.
Just in time for Christmas.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Time for Christmas.
Keep the kids away.
Christmas story staple.
I think that's awesome. How do you guys feel about the Grayskull coming out as King Grayskull coming out as the exclusive figure for first week backers? What do you guys think of that?
I think we should get Hero first instead of King Grayskull, but because that's something we should have gotten a vintage, and it was part of that pre-Eternia stuff. But King Grayskull, I'm fine with it if that's what it is. It looks like it's special because it's got the fabric cape, if that's what it's coming with. I mean, that's the photo we got right now, but
Right.
I think Hero and that should have came first, but it is what it is. I'm excited about it, but it's not that exciting either for me. I'm not sure
Okay.
what you guys think.
It makes sense. I mean, it's a bit of a it's funny because this is bridging Origins to Revelation now.
Yeah.
In a pretty substantial way. It opens up a lot of possibilities for Revelation to be represented more thoroughly in Origins. So I think it's cool, but I agree with you, Bobby, that I was kind of thinking it was going to be Hero.
Yeah, I
Right.
mean, it was a figure that we were supposed to be getting, and it got canceled, of course. And everybody's been wanting one that I know of, that I talked to.
Yeah.
So
Right.
it's, but we kind of got teased about King Grayskull at the San Diego Comic-Con. So
Right.
I'm okay with it. It doesn't shock me that it is part of it. So
Now, I do know they're offering the stretches. I know they're offering the stretch goals, and it's one of those things where I feel if this makes certain requirements from Mattel, I think they might be comfortable enough releasing additional figures, i.e., one for each tower. I feel personally is a good mark to hit. You could have King Grayskull for the center tower. You could have a Snake Man in addition for the Snake Tower. And then for the Grayskull side of stuff, I think the introduction of Hero might be appropriate as well. But again, that's if they can hit their mark.
right.
That's if they could send everybody to Cancun for Christmas, and they want to give us something in return. So
Well,
550 is
that's
a steep asking price, but I think if they make it sweet enough, you're going to see a lot of people on board financially for this.
Yeah, because I saw that it's going to be charged to your card on that November 9th. You have to pay for
Right.
it.
You're kidding.
So that's right
You're
before
serious?
Christmas for
Oh,
everybody.
no, well, okay. You mean at the end of the campaign? Okay, that's
Yeah.
not terrible.
Right.
I mean, that's the standard. That's your standard crowdsource.
Right, but yeah, I'm just saying it's just November, a month before
Yeah.
the holidays.
Right,
So
right.
Yeah, the kids already have their stuff. They they can afford to hold off.
it's time for dads to get the toys, right?
Yeah, they said the timeline was a month, so it'll be
Yes.
open for pre-orders for a month,
Yep.
and then after that, it's closed. So then you will be reliant on a secondary market. So if you have the
Right.
opportunity, you have a month to get your ass in gear, sell
That's
what you
right.
need to, save your coin. If you haven't, you've known about this for months. This isn't new. If it is new, I'd like to welcome you back to Earth from under the rock you crawled out of. But make sure that you afford yourself an opportunity to get something that has not been around for 40 years.
Yes.
Don't remind me.
I am concerned that there will not be any tiers because they never alluded to it. They would be smart to do it. I mean, the WWE Classic ring, they laid all the tiers bare, right from the get-go. And when the campaign didn't really fly the way it should have, and a couple of YouTubers literally had to, talk about it in order for people to pay attention, they pivoted much like they did with the HasLab G.I. Joe team and did the right thing and threw in Macho Man, a couple of seats, 2 monitors, and a table. And you know what? That really saved their campaign. So
Right.
I'm hoping that they do have some tiers. However, I'm fairly certain they're not going to throw in Hero because they can just make so much money with Hero right now as a singular character.
And that's what I
True.
think too. Yep.
I'm hoping is that they will have like a golden skeleton warrior because we know that's probably going to be a pipeline release somewhere down the line.
Yeah.
That way it's an exclusive, but it's a repaint that had never been released anyway, right? I think that would be huge. I think people will get really excited about that, and I would imagine a couple of like something like maybe toss in another Crimson Horde Trooper and a Midnight Horde Trooper. I think people go nuts for that because those two have already been released and the molds are ready to go. So
What about a Queen Marlena or something like that?
Oh no,
Yeah.
I want Queen Marlena on her own.
Right.
I wouldn't want that as this part because a lot of people are going to get upset if they can't. Some people can't afford it.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
with you. Yeah, I agree. Good point.
yeah,
I think they will add a little bit of the stretch because they alluded to it with first week. If you buy this within the first week, you are eligible to get King Grayskull. That leaves 3 weeks of opportunity. And I think that if they don't meet their mark, they might add to the goals. By week 3, if we're not seeing the numbers like we're not seeing with the 4-pack, I think then they could throw in something and be like, hey, if you've already backed it, you got King Grayskull, you additionally will get this. But if you buy this now, you missed out on King Grayskull, but maybe you'll get this. Or maybe we'll give you everything. I think they have that option, and we've never seen it before. But I think they're taking notes based upon the damage control they're having to do on that 4-pack. By the way, this just in, that 4-pack is still available. Oh, my God.
And what I find curious too is that they started MOTUesdays, and I thought this would be announced at the end, but He-Man's so-called birthday is on the 12th, which is a Wednesday. I wonder if they're waiting to see what happens on that Tuesday with this to see how good it sells, and then announce something bigger for it the day after.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, Oz, you mentioned this earlier, right, about Pixel Dan?
Yes. So Pixel Dan tweeted out earlier today that this was not supposed to be announced this week. This
Right.
was actually supposed to be the reveal next week. But because of the leaked photos, and I know there's speculation that this could have been a purposed leak, like, they did it on purpose. But according to at least Pixel Dan, apparently he had some inside knowledge. This was supposed to be the last reveal for MOTUesdays,
Okay.
which I think we all know would have been really difficult. And maybe Mattel's been listening. Maybe that's why it was kind of a forced leak, because we have all said, hey, dropping these big announcements and then giving us like a day to be like, okay, I'm in.
Yes. Yes.
Has not been the best approach.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
And I think having this as the second to last is a great opportunity for people to be aware that we have a month. We still have one more week, and this is a great opportunity for sales tactic on the other side of the spectrum that says, okay, there is a fan base that does not want this. There is a fan base that can't afford it. So for the last day, instead of dropping a nuke, let's give them CamoCon, or let's give them Fall Guys, or let's give them something attainable. Because if we did it the week prior, this week coming up, and we did CamoCon, we're going to see a huge rush of everybody wanting the exclusives, because naturally we do for single-carded figures. But what happens is the next week, we all know Eternia is there, and you're going to hear about it because everybody spent their money buying CamoCon or the week's exclusives before. So I think this is a good sales tactic to, pre-launch Eternia a week early and then have a soft ending for the rest of the buyers, because maybe a $600 price point isn't the thing for everybody. So an exclusive like CamoCon or Fall Guys might be just the way to end it and make everybody happy. So I think it's a good move.
Yeah, I asked on Twitter, and I got a ton of responses, and it seems 50-50 on people wanting it, but they can't afford it, or they just plain out don't want it, or they do want it. So I know that sounds weird, but it is, it's a good way of seeing what's going on with the crowd.
See, I don't know how many people don't want it. It's just more of the affordability and the space issue.
Yeah, I've had some that said they just flat out don't want it, but
there's a whole section of the community that's not into collecting play sets.
Right.
They just want the figures, right? And let's think about this. A lot of people live in apartments. This thing is just freaking gigantic. It's 4 feet long. It's 4 feet wide. I mean, it's just absolutely insane. What the hell? Did you just find some secret text there?
I definitely found something here. I was not aware of this.
That's a mistake. Somebody at Shopify forgot to remove the that's ridiculous.
What does it say?
No, that's
Whatever you do, don't read it out loud. We don't want to conjure any dark spirits.
Sure we do. That'd be fun.
Oz and I know exactly what that is. It's dummy text. It's exactly what that is. It says it right there.
What's that purple tram? What is that purple tram?
Yeah, let's talk about that, folks.
Okay, so
is that a
let's see
sleeping
here.
car?
It's a weapons cart to transport all the weapons.
All right, hold on. Let me go up here, see if we get an individual picture up here that I can actually open up.
Yeah, it's $1 delivery.
You should be able to open that one up. It's not in there, Oz. You should be able to open up. You should be able to open up the other one.
Now, yeah, that's very interesting.
No, it's I mean, it keeps highlighting the text that's there, right? But let's see. Search images.
Well, just try zooming in on it now. Just control.
Yeah, we'll do that.
See if it'll do anything.
I think
as far as bonus figures, though, what do you think the chances that you'll get a skinny Adam out of this?
There we go.
Oh, I don't know.
That'd
There
be
it is.
so cool.
You know, since it's kind of mixing in with Revelations, you know, a lot of people have been calling for
Sure.
a skinnier Adam.
Yeah.
You know what?
The lesser form, Adam. Lesser
Yeah,
form.
lesser
Adam.
form.
Yeah, I don't think so because it's Origins. You know, they really have not deviated very far from the tree.
Yeah.
I think
Right.
we already have Adam. You know what I mean? He you know, I mean, some people have 10 of him because they wanted all those sky sleds.
Yeah.
That's
so-
right.
So you know, I don't think we're going to get an Adam. That's just my personal feeling. If we do, that would be awesome. Seriously.
There looks like there's something inside. If you look at the back third slit on the window on the side, there looks
Right
like
here.
there's something inside.
Well, I think what it is, it's an open bag,
Right. That's what I
and
was
you
thinking.
slide your figure inside here, kind of like a cage.
Ooh, maybe a prison.
Yeah,
Yeah,
prison
prison
transport.
transport.
Yeah, it looks like a transport for sure.
Makes sense.
That'd be cool. I think if the extra figures were given, I would really, you know, and they let a lot go at Comic-Con, and we saw a lot. And I know Pixel Dan mentioned that some of them could have been customs, and I'm all for that. But if they added an exclusive Snake Man, because we know the rise of the Snake Man is coming, and that's what this is leading up to, I think that King Grayskull needs to have an adversary, if not for the playset. A Snake Man of a variety of color would be an amazing addition, because you're right, Jay. The real estate on this playset is absolutely massive. Look at that. We can see right there that it's taking up about that looks like a 6x6 table with about 12 inches on each side of it. So that tells me that footprint is about 3.5 to 4 feet easy, not including your airspace for your track. So yeah, I think regardless, it's a massive playset, and to just release one figure with it doesn't make sense. I think they either have to include a Palace Guard or a Snake Man or something that would have been along those lines that you know, in Eternia.
Well, I mean, you guys keep bringing up, you know, of course, Hero, but who else was from that Powers of Grayskull line that we never got? We got
Eldor.
Eldor,
Yep.
and he might be a neat release to go along and coincide with this. If you were going to add some extra figures in or some stretch goals along the line,
Sure.
some, again, exclusive Snake Men, I think would be a great idea, because that was who they were battling in Preternia, you know, with King Hiss. So, I mean, maybe even a rare variant King Hiss, like something like a 2000X styled King Hiss, as opposed to a, you know, regular vintage King Hiss.
Yeah, I could see that, because this playset's not going to be available until 2024. So
Right.
the Snake Man is next year. So that's a whole another year and a half yet for the playset. So I could see something
Yeah.
like that, like more of a special King Hiss or something. That would make more sense to me.
Yeah.
It also makes more sense because it's a repaint.
Yep.
Because they already have them in the pipeline. So
Yeah.
doing a quick repaint would actually not cost them any additional funding. Oz, can you click on the second last image? You can actually see He-Man flying.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
You wanted it. You asked for it. We're giving it. Flying He-Man.
Look at that.
Can you right click on that? Maybe bring it to another window.
Absolutely. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that.
Taking a page out of Rio Blast book.
There we go.
So it comes with a holster.
Yes.
That's
Yeah, look at
amazing.
that.
There are way more accessories than they've actually showed. Like this,
Yeah.
this
Right.
thing is a ton of stuff.
There's your
And I
variant
think
right there.
I think people are looking at the playset initially as the 550. Oh, I'll get a playset, but you're getting all these track accessories. You're getting a jail transport, the Disney tram ride. Then you're getting a personal zip line. You're getting a track that's, you know, able to articulate itself into a NASCAR ring or an S-curve ring. You got all this weapons racks. You got the Horde Trooper. You got working jail cell. The Snake has chains, like Jay alluded to in the video earlier, that it might be what did you say, Jay? It had chains and it looked like it was imprisoned.
Oh, the snake itself.
The Snake Tower, yeah.
It looks like it's you know, in bondage.
In bondage.
There it is.
You know what I totally just realized? Snake Tila would be awesome for this.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely. That would be a good one to do.
Because we already got the
Look at
green
the
goddess. We already got the
detail,
green
though.
goddess, right? So
Look at this detail all along. Let me open this one up.
Yeah, I know
The
that tram ride. It lets you exit it through the gift shop.
Look at all that individual tooling they've done for the tower. I mean, this is ridiculous. You have this like unpainted snake going here, weapons out the yin yang just etched into it to make it really look like this ultimate battleground. It's
And it
phenomenal.
looks
Name of the
like Snake
comic.
Mountain. Yeah, it looks like Snake Mountain would go on the side of that if you were to set up your play sets. Grayskull would go on the other side. So that's a good indication as well as perhaps what we're looking at as far as Snake Mountain colors are concerned.
Okay.
Hey, does the Grayskull side have white flecks in the plastic?
Let's
Yes.
take a look.
It does.
Billy has a good point to make, actually.
Okay, hang on. I on this current screen I cannot see the chat. And
Yeah.
So can you,
sorry if you all feel neglected. Definitely have not been meaning to. Let's get
Oh,
back to the
it
chat
may
for a
be
bit.
blue. It may be blue.
Yeah, it kind of looks blue.
yeah, I
Yeah,
think that's
maybe
the lighting,
blue.
though.
No, it's a
It
blue.
could be just lighting. Yeah, like
It's
Bob said.
no, it is blue. There
Okay.
are multiple colors on the Grayskull tower. It actually moves from a blue transition to a green transition up ahead. It's again the paint deco on this is going to be absolutely out of this world. It's beautiful.
Yeah. Billy's making a good point here.
Yeah,
I
but
agree.
Yeah.
the problem, though, is that that's also a way to entice people to get it. I mean, that's part of the point,
Right.
which is kind of surprising, that they're not releasing any stretch goals ahead of time, because that's going to give people more of a justification to jump in and get it the first week.
I don't know how you guys feel about this, but I feel like I don't feel like there's going to be a problem with them selling this and meeting the goal.
Not even a question.
No.
Compared to HasLab's numbers right now, I don't know. Jay might be able to pull it up easier, but we've been looking at the numbers all morning, and with them trying to shoot for a 5,000 out the gate for a 1 month availability, I think we're going to see that number hit the first day. And I know it's a bit much to say, but I feel like 5,000. That's an easy number to hit. That's an easy target, especially for something that has been in the works since the 80s. It hasn't been around for 40 years. So again, when looking at play sets or projects that are coming out for $350, $400, $500, and their current meta staples like Marvel, it doesn't have as much gas and anticipation as something that's 40 years old that we haven't seen before. This is going to smash those projections right out the gate.
You all think that too?
Yeah. No, unfortunately, I'm not even going to be able to grab one. I just don't have the space.
Yeah. I don't think I'm going to be able to get it either. I just can't afford it. But I'm sure as heck thinking about like all like the things I can make and try to convince people to trade. But the cash just isn't there for me.
No. Now it's time to try to convince your best friend to buy one so you can go over and play with it.
Yeah, exactly.
100%.
Right?
You're rich.
Right?
You're rich best friend.
Yeah.
Right. Now I have another question. Like, if you were to get it, would you keep it in the box, or
Right.
would you open this thing up? But that's a difficult decision to have to make because I'm sure it looks gorgeous just in the box.
Yeah,
Sure.
I would keep it in the box because I don't open any Origins because
Okay.
I'm a vintage guy. I like to have all my vintage displayed and it's out. I always wanted a complete set of on-card or in-box stuff. So I would keep it in box. And the artwork's just gorgeous and it's easier to pack away and not break. That's just me though,
Yeah,
But I saw
I'm all right with
someone-
the damn thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I think out of necessity, I'd have to leave it in the box for at least a month, only because I'm already organizing my toy room. So it's just one of those things where I know where to put it though. Like surprisingly enough, I do have several platforms where Snake Mountain over here is going to go as well as this. But this is what I will say. Furthering to Skelly's point, I actually can't buy this unless they have a payment plan. If they don't have a payment plan, I can't do it. There's no way. I can't shoot out, almost $800 Canadian for this thing in one shot. There's no way.
Like I said earlier, I don't think there will be a payment plan because they said they're charging your card on the 9th. I think it's for the complete thing.
Yeah,
it's from what I read.
Billy says in the comments, Eternia Dreams will be offering a payment plan. FYI, he's buying a ton.
What?
So Eternia Dreams, the guy for Eternia Dreams, I guess, is buying a lot, and he's going to offer a payment plan. But that's what I'm saying. You guys have a month time to get it. Yeah, exactly. What's the secondary market price for the price? Yeah, exactly. That's one of those things we talked about earlier, where it's going to determine a lot, because we had a lot of people in the chat said it's not worth it. It's not worth $500-600. I said, well, if you're going to try to pick it up later, you're going to wish that you paid $500-600 for it.
Okay. Well, I've also seen a lot of people that don't have any nostalgia for it either.
Right.
So that also plays a factor. I mean, like Jay was saying earlier, there's some people that just don't like play sets. I'm not a big playset person myself, but I do own all the vintage play sets minus the Eternia. But I wouldn't buy play sets just to have them. Sure. But if you look at that ChemoCon art that's coming out, that has a lot of pre-Eternia stuff in there, and that's kind of exciting to see what's coming forward. And who knows if any of that's going to be included in this or not either. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's one of those things that. Oh, go ahead.
No, you go first. I'm still looking for it.
And that's one of those things which, again, I don't know if it's just me. Maybe I'm in the weird kind of hip viewpoint, but nobody's talked about this.
Yeah.
Fright Zone and Modulok. I mean, we're talking about a new puppet. We're talking about a newer molded Fright Zone with stronger plastics, updated plastics. We're talking about Modulok, a 4-legged Modulok, because they have the tooling as we've seen from Antenna. And in the meantime, if Eternia is not your thing, that totally makes sense. But we have play sets that are nostalgic and are a little bit more affordable in that, right? And I think that we have a lot to look forward to just based off of these card backs and the art. We've seen on Koldar as well. I know the Collectors of Power on their podcast, they were talking about what vehicles would you like to see. And Jay, we all did a podcast a while ago, and you asked the same question. And I said Shadow Master. And on the back of Koldar's card, you can actually see Shadow Master flying in the background. So I think there's a lot of stuff to keep that year busy while we wait for Eternia. So I'm excited for it. I'm super excited for it.
Yeah, we need Filmation characters.
Yeah, of course you do, Bobby.
I know.
Bob that mentioned this, but the battle ram, like, where is that? Like, I know we definitely need to have that. We definitely need to have the Snake Mountain, and we definitely need to have the Fright Zone. So that's a lot, folks. That's an entire, like, that's a half of a house of collectibles.
Has anybody want to buy another house with me?
Tell me about it.
Do a timeshare.
I'm telling you, there needs to be a physical Masters of the Universe museum. I met
timeshare.
Joe at the PowerCon 2 years ago, and I was like, dude, you got to make a Masters of the Universe museum. Yeah. But this is something that needs to happen, especially now that all this new stuff is coming out. There, maybe it's just the Collectors of Power museum that we can all go and visit, but it's got to happen.
Sure, I'll make one.
Oh, I like that, Bob. The timeshare. I'm with it, bro.
Yeah, I mean, come on. That's a great idea. We can all go there and take turns playing.
He's like,
it's our vacation.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So what Billy sent over is a screenshot from Eternia Dreams, where he says, throwing the idea around to see if there's interest. Either way, I'm buying a bunch of these. But I guess no, Christmas and holidays are right around the corner. Throwing around 600 on a toy can be very hard. Once they're sold, that's it. They hit the secondary market and could possibly triple in price. So here he's listing.
Read that next line. Read that next line at the bottom right there. Yeah, 850 plus. Ugh.
So that being said, I will purchase an Eternia for you with a non-refundable deposit of $150. On the
Damn.
first of every month, you pay us $100 for 8 months,
So isn't that
and that
950?
total. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, it would
Bob's.
be. That's a good
Sorry.
point. 150 initial, and then 100 for 8 months after. That's
Yeah.
850 or 950 rather.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
plus
Well,
shipping. Let's not
Plus
forget
shipping.
this.
Yeah.
Plus shipping still.
Oh my gosh. And,
Yeah.
and you know he's
There's
gonna
a-
slip in the tax. Come on now.
yeah, there's amortization in there. I mean, like, they're not going to do this. Obviously, whoever's doing this is not going to do it for free. I mean, like,
Right.
they're going to want another $100 on top. I mean, and when you that's how payment plans work. However, I will say this, Oz, can you share my one screen that I pulled up for us?
Yeah, let's go ahead here.
Not,
We
not the
got.
one you showed earlier, is it?
No, I could.
I mean, we
If
could,
someone
but
wants
we're on
to
a
do that.
different
I mean, like,
conversation.
but we need to have a little alone time first. But anyway, let's
maybe an adult Happy Meal first. You know.
All right, guys. So
With
starting
that
right
grimace.
now,
Yep. See.
I'll be starting a Patreon. You can join us for our own After Dark or Extreme if you join the Patreon. And
That's
we'll
what
give
the
you an
OnlyFans is for.
upstairs.
Yeah. Yeah. We got the old
Okay.
collectors only fans.
Yep.
Yeah. Snake Mountain After Dark.
I like that. Snake Mountain After Dark. Okay.
Ooh, yeah, that's good.
All right, Jay. So I got your screen up here.
All right, so take a look at this. I just did this just now, okay? And if you look, 3 options came up for me, and this is on the U.S. This is on the U.S. site, okay?
Okay.
So three options came up for me. It says credit card, right? Actually, here it is. Yeah, it says here. I'll just zoom into. It says credit card. It says payment. All transactions are secure and encrypted. It says payment under credit card, so you can use Visa, MasterCard, Amex, Discovery. It says PayPal, which is very interesting, and PayPal has their own pay later system.
Yeah,
right?
their own fee system, a zip pay or whatever.
Exactly, and
Yeah.
they have ShopPay, and ShopPay says pay in full or installments.
Wow, brilliant.
There we go.
So you have 2 options, perhaps, because you do have to apply for. I believe you have to apply for PayPal, and I do believe ShopPay you do at least have to have a certain amount of money in your card to make sure that you can at least pay for the first payment. So, I mean, I'm not saying that there are other options than this, but these 2, ShopPay is Shopify itself, which is, of course, this site. This site runs off of Shopify.
Or
So-
you could pay me $300 and $100 a week after that, and I'll order yours and only charge you $1,100. Raising
All right.
rays here, secondary market, scalping all day. You bring them, we scalp them.
It's
No scalpers.
Frank
So that-
people.
So that shop pay is 4. What was it? Just lost it here. 4 biweekly interest-free installment payments.
Exactly.
That's not bad.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
break it up into fourths.
Yeah.
that's not too bad.
Every 2 weeks. That's not terrible. So, but at the same time, that's exactly what I did with the Mondo He-Mans and She-Ra's.
Right.
Because those things were impossible. Like freaking $300, man. Like
Yeah.
I was like, Jesus Christ. So yeah, this would have to be that. Like I can't do it any other way. It's nigh impossible to do it in one shot. Kind of stuff.
Right. I mean, I even said, like, I'm working, starting to get a steady paycheck in right now. I could definitely get it, but would I be able to get it in time to get King Grayskull? Probably not. So
And will they release it in the future if they make their mark like we've seen with other projects? Hey, we've met our goal as a company, and now we're able to give everybody who backed a Grayskull. That's another option that they could give to the community.
Or they might give them the variant, though, that just hits the shelves anyways, one with a solid case.
right.
One thing you can do, and it's not the most ethical thing to do, but you could put your pledge in the week of, and then
Right.
if you really can't do it, you can retract your pledge right at the end. I mean,
Can you though?
yeah,
On
you
their
can.
site?
Yeah, you can.
Yes.
I've I've retracted.
As long as it's not charged at 11/9.
Basically, don't wait the very last day.
Right.
No, I
I mean,
just didn't know with Mattel's site if they allowed you to do that.
It's a Shopify site, so it's exactly the same site that Hasbro uses. It's the exact same system.
Is that better, Oz? Is my angle better?
You look awesome. I can see you.
There you go,
Your
Ray.
collection.
Yeah. Is that better? Am I with it now? Am I hip? Okay.
We're not looking at you anymore. We're looking at the collection.
And thank you and good night.
Oh, that's
Thank
Ray.
you.
I didn't know
Thank
that.
you and good night.
Didn't know who that was. I do remember reading earlier somewhere in the text here that they did say you could cancel at any time and back
Okay.
out.
Yes.
So I was going to try to find it and highlight it.
Because I was trying to read through the facts page, but it wasn't too helpful.
Yeah. Go control F
Yeah, try to find it.
and just to.
I'm just so happy to see the timer on. Instead of coming soon and then there's nothing. It's great to just see the timer up and go, ooh.
So here you go. We hit the Control F, so I highlight it all. And right here, if we reach our goal of 5,000 pre-orders before it ends, go into production and will be shipped backers in 2024. If the goal isn't met, then the whole project will be canceled. And when will I be charged? Doesn't succeed.
I want 2 of them.
It's
I'm
the
telling
last
you
one.
right now. I want 2 of
There it
them.
is.
I
It's
don't
last
care.
one. Yeah, it's last one.
You may cancel as long as you cancel before the 9th of November.
Now, is this a worldwide option for people to buy? Are like people in Germany going to have access to this?
I believe so. They just don't have the price yet.
Yeah, they have higher shipping and higher surcharge.
No, still, but I'm just asking if it's a worldwide buying option or if this is just a U.S. market.
I believe it's worldwide.
Yeah,
So
so
if
the
it's worldwide,
the international fee is going to be different.
Yeah.
I'm assuming it's open to everybody.
Whatever's in the tab for the markets, they're allowed to buy it. Whatever's in the footer, there's a tab to change your currency. So whatever's in there is open to buy.
Yeah. So if it is a world market, I'm gonna I've said this before. You can quote me on it, saying it now. This project will smash projections. Not only will they meet their mark, but I think they're going to be able to do so in such a way that's going to allow them to release a lot more extras. Again, a lot of people are seeing just for face value what the product is, and we spoke about this earlier, Jay. Buying and backing the initial project, which is Eternia playset. But I think a lot of people are missing the boat when it comes to what they are actually getting in this playset. And that's huge, as we've been going over in this episode. We're seeing prison transports, single-person transports, weapons racks, autonomous horde troopers in the armory. We're seeing jails at the Snake Mountain, chains, amazing molds, amazing mounts, amazing track systems. I think this is going to do really well, and I'm going to call it now as it's. I think they might hit one of those points where they go, okay, I think we're sold out now. I think we've met our goals, and that's it. Whoever got it, got it.
Mattel, if you're watching, can you hire Ray?
This man needs a job doing this.
The one thing I wanted to say too is, if you're just collecting masters like I do, there's nothing else coming out the rest of this year.
Yeah,
as far as I know. So you got a few months here without having to spend any money on any figures.
Sure.
So everything else is releasing next year. So
this is true. And,
if that helps you.
And Ray, I love you to death, man, but I hate to do this to you. I'm always gonna. I don't know what you put yourself out so far on a limb. It's just easy to do this. I'm not sure you're gonna get a first day backing. I really doubt it very much.
No, I don't believe it.
Number one, number two, and Ray, yeah, I love your.
No, not first day, but in that initial first week of trying to hit their goal, I think they're gonna land it.
You're gonna get the one guy that's gonna put in for 5,000 of them just to see what
it's already a dream.
and then call the next week and back out.
Yeah, right. It was an error on my part. I only wanted one, and it went 10,000.
It's definitely gonna be one. Exactly. I wanted 10. I wanted 10, but 3 zeros came up. It's just,
yeah.
Sorry,
no, but I am saying first week, boom. I'm gonna hit for the first week. They're gonna make that easy, no problem.
All right. but here's the other part that I'm unfortunately going to have to contradict you on. Right now, the flavor for Mattel Creations right now is not is an all-time low in other countries. Like Germany is pissed off at Mattel right now because the exchange rate on Shopify is messed up. In some cases, some of their products are $100 extra on top, and they're pissed. So I've been getting a lot of messages from so many different people. I'm sure Bobby has also gotten messages from people. Both Bob and Bobby. I'm pretty sure they both got messages from a ton of people. Just saying this is ridiculous. Like they got to fix
Germany,
this.
Netherlands, Ireland, England,
New
South
Zealand,
Africa,
Australia.
Yep.
This is the problem, right? So in terms of a unified front on this, I think there's going to be a bit of a problem on that end. But they want it. That's the problem. Like
yes,
everybody
they do.
Everybody I've ever spoken to who was overseas is like, how much is this going to cost and how can I get it? That's always been the case. But now the level of uncertainty is the problem because they don't want to pay $200 extra on top of what they're going to pay already. That's the they're scared. They're scared right now. They're just really, really frightened that they're going to be overcharged. And Mattel's got to do something. They've got to address that and quickly. Because I've seen on the Canadian side anyway, I've seen prices like go up and down and almost arbitrarily. So I'm pretty scared myself, to be perfect.
Yeah, and
Wow.
To Billy's point there, the 3-pack. That's really how I found out a lot about the overseas issues is because a lot of people have been messaging me asking me to pick it up for them and mail it to them.
Oh
Yeah.
Right.
And this is a little bit different with this because we can't just pick it up at the store. Granted, we could be nice people and
If you can
order
find
extra
anything
and
at the
send
store.
it. Yeah.
Certain states are getting flooded with them. It's the same thing as when it started.
Yeah.
Certain states are getting flooded with them, and other states are getting like zero, absolute zero.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen no Shearers, but they have literally 10 more 3-packs at my store. So
All right, rub it in.
Go ahead.
But no, it's as simple as they're not putting them out in the floor. I'll be honest. I'm in California. I'm kind of by in between Skelly and Mad Hatter out here in SoCal, and they're not putting these on the floor, and that's concerning because here we have a product that's sitting in the back, and they're only answering the call if you have that SKU. So if you guys need to screenshot this, do what you got to do. Go to your Target employees and tell them to scan this, and please look in the back because they do have stock. They're just not putting it out.
Yeah, I've seen the opposite though. I have seen everybody sending photos from Target and stuff, and they've taken photos of
Here,
them
let me put it back up for you,
Yeah.
Oz. Hold on.
Yep. Keep talking, Bobby.
Yeah, because at my Target, it's 10 on the shelf. They're actually out.
Yeah, we just saw 4 here myself at one store. I don't drive around all over the place looking for this stuff, but yeah there was 4 at mine.
But I'm going to shoot back at Jay real fast because you know what? If the freaking stupid Ghost Rider Fast and the Furious car has 5,000 backers and it's not even making its mark, then Eternia is going to do damn great. Throw their grenade back at you, brother.
I'm going to make a lot of people mad right now, and I'm just going to say, make one yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
There it is.
I don't have those skills.
That's right.
No nunchuck skills, no talking skills.
Go send it over to Scally. He'll make one for you.
Not all of us can build a 6-foot tall freaking snake mountain.
So guys, if you pay about $1,500 to Skelly, he would be glad to sink some time into making you maybe a 2-foot Eternia place.
Yeah, right. 2 foot.
I'll tell you this: if you want an Eternia play set that is
Fully functional,
slightly bigger than the one you're getting if you order it from Mattel, I will make that for you. You just send me 2 Eternia play sets.
That's right. There you go, guys.
I want a diorama with that as well. I want trees. I want the grass. I want rocks.
Also, you know what else I can do for you? The mountains that you see behind it in those photographs.
That's what I'm asking for.
I can do that for you too.
All right.
The kids didn't need that room anyway. I mean, it's
right.
They like slipping in a tent.
Yeah, I want it to be like as big as on what's that movie with the UFOs where he fills up the whole room.
That's
And
right.
This is important.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. You can do a full
Close
room
Encounters.
installation, Bobby.
What's that?
A full room installation. I can see it now.
Yep. I would love it.
Just tell the kids to sleep in a tower.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm in there.
Yeah.
Oh,
If you make it-
camping 24/7, kids.
If you make it big enough, they can sleep in it, right?
have you seen Hollywood Haunter on YouTube? He built a fiberglass Castle Grayskull bunk bed for his kid based on the toy.
Yes.
Wow.
And it's amazing. It's amazing. Go to that YouTube channel, Hollywood Haunter.
Yeah,
Now you give me a project. Thanks.
It's
It
phenomenal.
it looks phenomenal.
Amazing.
It really is.
Yeah, Bob did a bouncy house for his kid's last birthday last year.
Mhm.
That was
Oh,
really
Year
cool.
ago.
That's awesome.
It really
You have to
is.
post that on Instagram.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was sweet.
All right, guys.
So
well,
right now, so
I
what is
got to
your
cut off of
favorite?
here, though. So
All right, see you, Bob.
Before you
Hey,
leave,
Bob.
Bobby,
Okay.
what is your favorite part of Eternia?
I don't have a good answer. Because there's just so much there, though.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know the hugging feature that the middle tower has.
Right?
The
arm.
therapeutic hug. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
It just brings you in and gives you that embrace.
Yeah, right into the lion's mouth. 100%.
That's what Mattel's doing with our money,
It fills
right?
that
Yeah.
hole, right?
It's them raking in all the cash.
Yeah, we need a photo of that with a bunch of money going in there.
That's right.
There you go. Now
Good
that
night,
you
guys.
mention that,
Bye, Bob.
Bye-bye.
Later, Bob.
See you, Bob.
Bye, Bob.
It's Eternia welcoming you into debt.
Yeah.
that's right.
Pretty much.
Right. Well, I gotta say, overall, it's price-wise, it's around where I was thinking it would be, in between the $450 to the $600 price range. That was mostly just due to an inflation calculator that I did based off of original pricing.
Mhm.
So I'm not upset to see it at $550. I think that's a decent price. But again, we got the $50 surcharge. We have
Taxes, shipping,
taxes on
processing
top of this.
fees.
So we're still going to end up looking at closer to $700 altogether for this
Yeah.
thing. And it's definitely tight right before Christmas. And I know we're all men into our we all look good for 21 plus, so I'm not going to disclose actual age range here. But
Yeah, please don't.
let's start hitting up the family and being like, guys, you remember that Eternia? You never picked me up in the 80s? Here's a chance to redeem yourself. Let's go.
That's not going to happen.
No, it's not.
Bobby's like, no, that's not going to happen at all.
We got a saying in my family: you're old enough and ugly enough to do it yourself. So.
No.
There you go.
So there's the other factor that we have to look into this, and Skelly's seen this firsthand. I'm pretty sure. If you want to share the screen one more time, not the naughty screen, the good screen. Okay.
I know which one we're talking about.
It's not that naughty, people.
It's not that bad, but
It's pretty naughty, man. We also got to talk about the perceived value of vintage collections. I mean,
right.
These,
Yeah.
I mean, come on. Like
Yeah,
if you think that what the values in the vintage, you better believe that you're getting a steal, if a bargain at for this brand new version of Eternia, because
That's right.
check this out, guys. Check this out. Ray and I were laughing our asses off about this. Check this out, guys. This is a steal. $1,500
on the box. Oh god.
Yeah, that's been on eBay, I think, for a couple of years.
Right.
I believe so, because I remember seeing it a few years ago.
Yeah, but look at the freaking condition of this box. Like,
Right, yeah, that's the same box that I've
What
seen
the
probably
hell
about
is
3
he
or 4
selling?
years. Yeah, it's been listed forever.
oh my god, who is this guy, and who does he think he's fooling? Like, look at this thing.
Oh, look at that
This thing
water
was
stain.
drowned.
I don't even think Toy Polloi could save this box.
This
No.
thing was drowned.
That's
And
brutal.
it was brought back to life. Like, and sorry, I think it's still
Black
dead.
mold on it.
This thing is
I
still
love
dead.
that picture. I love that picture right there. They cut it up into the basic graphic design box cut. That's terrible. Look at that. Oh my God. It looks like a pizza box.
Oh,
I can't wait to see the. I can't wait to see the box art for the new one. I know
yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Oh,
it's gonna be
Yes.
amazing.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah, I know Axel's on it, and I know Nate's on it, and I know that Roy Juarez is. They're all teamed up. Superpowers unite, and they're going to bring us a banger. Because you know what, the artwork for Origins right now is. I'm so thankful they have those guys doing it because they care about the property and they care about presenting that on the peg. I gotta have it. I want it, right? And that's what toy sales are about. They gotta draw you in based off the card art. And we're seeing outrageous card art now, and I can't wait to see what this box art's going to be, because you know what, with every
teasers.
artwork, they tease all kinds of stuff. So what are they going to give us in the box art? I'm very excited for that.
Can't wait.
Yeah. I spoke about that last night when I was doing my live stream. The passion that currently the people who are running this industry and who are working in this industry, they were the fans that were growing up with this product. So like when we had this initially start out with, Roger Sweet, Mark Taylor, it was a passion project for them because it was like their baby. Okay. But now we have all of us that were fans when we were that young have all grown up, and some of us have grown up and gotten into the industry based off of our passion for MOTU from growing up with it. So now we're seeing what that kind of passion can bring to the line and what these guys are willing to do now that they have their say in it.
Yeah.
And you see that all throughout the artwork with Nate, with Axel, all those guys, the entire art team is phenomenal for this line, and
Absolutely.
they're all passionate. Very.
And that's such a bonus for the toy line, because I was talking to Jay earlier about how dangerous it could be as well for fans to be working at the helm, because then you have concepts like the manga Iron Suit thing that came out, and that's a dangerous side of the other same coin, other side, that fans could bring their own bias into a project and change it completely. So to have, like you said, true fans working on this and really holding that torch and keeping it bright and carrying it on into the next generation, I think they're doing a fantastic job.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
I agree. Yep.
Thanos is absolutely right. The vintage box, the box art in general is, I think, what made that line so successful. I mean, I saw the toys on the shelves before I saw the Filmation cartoon. That's what drew me in, was the artwork.
Yep.
It just like, there's something magical about that, and that's what I'm really, and I'm with you all on this. Like, that's what's making Origins in particular such a delightful thing to collect, because it just looks so beautiful. It's it honors the vintage, and I think everybody in this room loves this line because of the vintage stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, the Bobby's got that awesome poster that was inside the that was inside the books, right? I mean, that thing.
Yeah, that's actually a banner. It's not. It's got it for $15 on eBay.
God, are you serious?
Ooh.
What the hell are these things I'm looking for?
And my local toy shop is selling it for $75. So yeah, get it on eBay if you can.
Yeah,
it's a beautiful thing. It's huge.
It's all about Rudy Abreu. That's right, Billy. Under Punchy Man, all about Rudy Abreu.
Yes. Rudy's the man. I had a great chance to meet him. Cool dude, easy to talk to. But again, you look at the Battle Cat that we have for Origins, and Axel did such a great job. In contrast, it's the same image. It's just done by a different artist and his own take, and it's really a nod to the original. And I think that's what's also keeping this fresh, nostalgic, and also, it's like rose-colored glasses. We always want to see through those in the way we can, but with the artwork, it really stands out and lends to that. And I think that's what's keeping this line as successful as it is.
Yeah.
It's reliving our childhood that's been gone for a very long time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Buddy.
Yeah, we've all grown up, got beaten down by life, and in some cases, more so in psychological ways than just physical ways. Life beats you up.
Oh, sure.
It can take you to some dark places, and with something like this having come out in the last 2 years, no matter where you're from, it takes you back to a happier, simpler time.
Yep.
Yeah.
The nostalgia factor is all real.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, it's bringing me back some memories from when I was a kid that I forgot recently. And when I talk with my guys, we talk about that, and I keep remembering everything that I was going through. Living in the South Side of Chicago, it was not too bad, but it wasn't the easiest either.
Right.
It sounds like a blues song there, Bobby, on the south side.
Hey, it
of
was Chicago. Yeah,
Hey.
I grew up 10 blocks away from where the Blues Brothers jumped that bridge on 95th Street. I used to ride over that thing every time.
Yeah. That's
See,
awesome.
here we go on the Triclops. All right, look at this. Point
There we
Dread.
go.
Yeah, that's been teased for a long time.
Yeah, it's the only time we've seen that.
Yeah.
But again, we have a whole year to get through to get all this cool stuff going. I think it's a great time to be a MOTU collector.
Yeah, Moss Man's been teased for a long time too, but we haven't seen anything with him either.
Right.
And we gotta get that Moss Man. That I don't know why it's taken them so long.
Yeah, the flockness maybe. Who knows? I'm worried that they're going to do like they did with Panther. You have like a regular release without the flocking, and then you can find a store release like Walmart again with the flocking or something weird. So now you got to go out and buy 2 of them.
Right.
I think Jay's option would be great for one of these skeleton warriors painted in a variant color. Is this the skeleton warriors you're talking about, Jay?
Well, we saw them at San Diego Comic Con, right?
Yeah.
They were surrounded by.
They were there. They were there.
Snake armor, Skeletor.
That's right.
So it's my hope that they'll be introduced into the line very soon, because that's a huge army builder, and if we actually get a golden version of one with maybe golden armor, for Eternia, I think that would be huge.
Yeah, and they got the Shirella on there as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's another character who can be introduced.
That's
What
right.
I mean? Seriously,
Or the Giants.
Yeah, well, I don't know about the Giants. I don't think we could put them in with
Not in this project. They'll be their
Yeah.
own.
Yeah, I think you put Shirella in, you just make a Tila with a different head sculpt, and I think you're golden.
Yep.
You could do the maybe the head sculpt from the WWE Eternia stuff, or possibly even do the Shira head sculpt with the non-rooted hair.
Yeah, just do a paint app.
Yep. Yeah, you could do something like that to make a Shirella figure pretty easy. And we've already got the extra bow that's coming with Eternia, so she's got her weapon right there.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
Again, make it yourself, folks.
Yep. We just gave you a couple options. Build it up.
You can do it right now.
Mattel's not going to be mad if you buy a few more figures.
Yeah.
Of course not.
Jay, what's your favorite part of Eternia?
Mine in particular, you know what? I never had an Eternia, and I've never even seen an Eternia. So the playset as a whole is just like putting me in absolute awe. But if I had to actually pick one thing out of the entire set, it would have to be the tram. I'm a big gimmick guy. I love gimmicks. You know what I mean? That's why I love the proton. The neutrino wands. I love my Darth Vader helmet, because it's the one helmet in the freaking the Star Wars Black Series helmets that actually does something.
Yeah.
Everything else has a light or something like that. Like the voice change on the Stormtrooper helmets is ish, right? So that's why I really like the Darth Vader helmet. So yeah, I'm all about the gimmicks. You know what I mean? Like the Power Rangers. Like the Morphers, the sword. They all have really cool gimmicks, and I love gimmicks. And seeing a gimmick on a playset after so long, I mean, seriously, like we got Castle Grayskull. It was freaking $100, no gimmicks. You know what I mean? This new Castle Grayskull, $100. You bet your ass I'm buying that thing. That thing is. Have you guys seen it?
Oh yeah, the
Netflix
CGI one.
Yeah, the Netflix.
Oh yeah. Oh my God.
Have
I'm
you guys
all
seen
over
it?
it.
That
Yeah,
thing for
I know.
$100.
I know Bobby's Rhino got one, and he
Yeah, he
did
does.
an unboxing video, and I have one on standby for Saturday. It comes in a lot of parts, but yeah, again, going back to Jay's thing, it's got lights, it's got sounds, it's got pull-out parts, it's got a drawbridge that comes down on its own motor and then kicks out the ramp. It's got little pods that you can put a figure on and take off the pod and use it as a jet sled and fly around. It's got everything but a popcorn maker. It's really a great playset. I'm definitely with you on that one.
If you think about it, the Motu Origins Castle Grayskull was $100, right?
Yeah.
And then this is $100. Which one? Honestly, obviously we're all vintage collectors, but which one would you rather have? Like this one that they're just introducing is ridiculous. Even if you're not a fan of the show, it's just an incredible gimmick-ridden freaking playset, and it's got lights, sounds. Like you said, the retracting drawbridge. It's just so many different things to go right about it. It's just crazy, right?
And in a focus group with kids, naturally, what's going to win? The thing that lights up and make noises.
Yeah, for sure.
I agree. I absolutely agree.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Oz.
No, by all means, Kelvin, go
No,
ahead.
I got excited, but at the same, this happens to us on our show all the time. We both got excited at the same time. Go ahead.
So when this thing first came out, and I was looking at it, what was that, last year when they first showed it off, and I was just kind of like, I don't know. It doesn't feel like it's got the depth that Origins Castle Grayskull did, and then kind of trying to figure out what the price point of it may have been. I was a little worried that it was going to be overpriced because of electronics, but it wasn't going to be cool enough. And I got to tell you, after showing more images about it earlier this year, and now it finally being out, seeing people put it together, this thing blows me away. It's definitely, it holds its own against any previous Castle Grayskull, and especially for the price, I think it's really reasonably priced.
Yeah.
Wow.
And we know that CGI line, the Netflix line, is really put money, maybe not into paint apps because it's kind of basic, but the plastics that they're using are top notch. The colors that they're offering is next level. I love the colorways for the CGI Netflix figures. And again, I just think I have all the vehicles of the CGI stuff, and I even have the Talon Fighter. I was most impressed by the Talon Fighter just based off of the translucent and meshing plastics that are available that they used on a $30 vehicle. That got me. Once I got the Talon Fighter, look, I'll bring it down. Once I got this thing, I knew that Grayskull was going to be incredible because we have clear blue feet that look amazing. We have clear wings. We have a clear canopy. Well, for me, I've only been able to fit Man-at-Arms comfortably. He-Man has too wide of shoulders. But just looking at this thing and looking at the pearl whites going into the blues, and those are meshed, by the way. That's an amazing, just this little area right here with the grays and the blue. It kind of got me thinking like, wow, what's Grayskull going to be like? Because this plastic, it's really well done, and it's really sturdy. I knew exactly when I saw this, Grayskull was going to be amazing.
That's right.
Yeah, that to respond to. I mean, I think so too. I just have such a. I think I need to see it in person, not in photographs, not in videos. I think I need to see it in person, set up to be completely sold on it. Because if you were to ask me right now, without having seen one in person, which would I prefer? I would say the vintage Grayskull. But that's just me, and maybe Bobby can identify with that too.
Yep,
but I think also that cosmic Skeletor. Going back to what Thanos said, that does look amazing. That looks amazing. But I haven't quite jumped all into that stuff yet. I think that I could sit and watch the monorail thing move on Eternia for hours, whereas I might get bored with the CGI Grayskull. But I could watch that thing move, just like Mega J said. Like that's the thing that's selling me on that. I could just watch that thing move. Sell the
plastic fish tank.
It's exactly that. It's moving. That's
Eternia
all.
Train Garden. You know.
Yeah.
Eternia Train Garden.
That's what it is. You get your, we all have our Grayskull, and then get the Eternia play set. Later down the line, they'll announce Snake Mountain, set them all up, and you got your track going around, and you just take up a whole banquet table or a conference table and set up your Eternia Train Garden. Skelevator's already donated to make all the terrain you'll need. If you join his Patreon. No. If you become a member, he will definitely lay you out some terrain.
I'll send you a sticker and a tree.
There you go.
Maybe it's like Hot Wheels ramp. If you buy more than one Eternia, you could have a longer tram. It's like
amazing.
I don't know. We'll have to ask Eternia Dream since he's buying a bunch of them.
Yeah, that'd be. Can you put 10 of them together, please, and see if the monorail can go around the store? Could you imagine that though? Could you imagine seeing 4 towers, right? 4 towers, and then a big Eternia centerpiece, because you don't need 2 centerpieces, but 4 towers would work, and then double the track? I think that would be pretty cool. I think that'd be awesome.
I would be lying if I said I hadn't thought about that.
Yeah.
But I'm
Mattel. They do Hot Wheels. It's got to connect.
I'm still going to try to figure out a way to get just one though, much less more than one.
There you go.
Oh, that would be a great thing for Mattel too. I just thought about it. If they did, because they have MOTU Hot Wheels, they could do like an Eternia Hot Wheels track and sell it and market it in another way too for the car collectors. That would be fun.
There you go. Add your Hot Wheels track onto it.
Mattel, we're going to post my number in the bottom here. If you want to get a hold of me, you can for any marketing ideas. I got you.
Or on top of a million other calls from everybody else.
Right.
Maybe that would be a good additional element to the place. That would be additional tracks and
sure
that you could extend the circumference of the track.
Yeah,
that would be something cool to see. I definitely would dig that.
Or have 2 tracks next to each other and have He-Man and Skeletor in the individual transit packs, and they're racing each other on the.
Now isn't this what it's all about, right? Like here, how we're like imagining this scenario. What would you do with it? How could we add to it? What about that Castle Grayskull, the CGI Castle Grayskull is, what about it sparks our imagination, and like that's what this is all about. That's why we love toys and we love the vintage stuff and we love the new stuff, and why spending $550 base price on a gigantic playset is something that people like us would talk about in a realistic way, as opposed to buying putting a down payment on a motorcycle or something.
Yeah.
So it's I think that's the most exciting thing about toy collecting is how it allows us as adults to play still.
Yeah.
Of course. Absolutely. I mean, take it back to the 80s when we were all growing up. Was anybody here buying their own toys, or did you have to depend on your parents?
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
So
Christmas and birthdays.
Right. Yeah.
Is that a trick question?
Yeah. He's trying. Some of us were like building fences for allowance and buying it that way.
Yeah,
right.
Cutting grass.
Cutting grass.
What?
Newspaper route.
You were building fences when you were like.
Don't get me started.
Look, this is where he got the skills to build Snake Mountain.
Building fences.
Okay, fine. Like dioramas, I get, but fences. when you're 10. Oh,
It's multifaceted and very complicated. I will talk later.
See, again, we got to get this After Dark show going.
Well, I trademarked that anyway. After the Snake Mountain After Dark,
Bobby
I own
beat
it
me
now.
to it. Dang it.
Yeah.
Well, they would have heard it on the channel anyway first, so
Yeah.
I'd have a hard time disputing.
But again, going back to like what Skelevator was talking about, it's so nice to be able to have these conversations and talk about, you know, the excitement of something like this coming out, a playset that we've all
Yep.
have some sort of attachment to one way or another, whether we had it or we didn't. But yeah, I don't have kids, you know, I don't relate with people that do, because I don't. I have a collection, and that's my baby. And so when you look at what's behind me, a price point of $500 versus the value of the collection, I almost feel obligated to reward the collection. Here, you got yourself an Eternia. Here you go, because I'm already this deep. So, you know, for collectors like me and Jay, it's kind of, it makes sense in some regard, because we're seeing projects out there that don't make sense. So with everything that is out there in the toy market, I think it's nice to be able to talk about a big ticket item comfortably as a collector and really weigh the options, not only for ourselves, but have that view for somebody like Oz who does have kids, for somebody like Skelly who does have kids, Bobby. These guys have been around, they know how that environment changes, because you got to eat, you got to have bills, you got to make sure everybody's clothed, you got to have, you know, you got to take care of your family. So it is a real option having this weigh over us and wonder, oh, well, are they going to offer payment plans? Because maybe that's the only way we can do it. I think that's a awesome conversation to have, and I'm glad that they did offer that for everybody.
Yeah, I want to try to retire in 6 years, so that always weighs on my head as well. I don't have to, but I want to.
And you know, it's tricky, right, Bobby? Because if you're going to retire, you know, do you want to retire and spend time with the Eternia playset, or you want to retire and do something else with your money? And I think
no, I'll retire at the playset. I mean,
Yeah.
I've been with vintage, you know, with the He-Man stuff
that's how
since I was 9 years old, and I'm 49 now, so it's ingrained in me. You know, I can't get rid of it. Like I always say too, it's the collector brain.
That's right.
I just can't stop.
That's
so it's it's something. It's fun though.
Yeah, it's fun. It's like the ultimate fun.
Yep,
that's right.
But I will say that it's part of my involvement right now with YouTube is because of my kids. They're like, you know, you're doing these things, you should get on there and share your love with other people and your builds and all that stuff. And so they've actually added to the whole experience by being you know, my influencers in the house saying, you should try this, you should try that, you know, it's not, it's, you know, there's a world out there for you. And I wouldn't have done it if they hadn't been so encouraging. And so that's a really interesting aspect to this. And they've got their own interests and anime and in, you know, and our youngest was into ponies for a while, and she was even into She-Ra too. And it's a really great thing to be able to share, even if it's just sort of on the perimeter of my interest. It's still there, and you can still share that, and they're teaching me. And but you know, at the same time, our oldest is at college, and I got to think, like, is this something that I can, you know, justify $550? And just, you know, what if something comes up, what if something happens? So it does get complicated. And I think collectors at our age know that it does get complicated, and we got to think about that. And
yep.
You know, but if you can do it, do it. You know what I mean?
Right. And Jay, what are your thoughts on that?
I mean, I don't have kids, so I mean, you know, there's you know, Ray and I are kind of the same boat, but you know, I've always wanted kids. But you know what, my life would change drastically either which way. But I think that having kids, from what I've seen from other parents, it just enriches your life. And you know, by allowing that to happen, I've seen a lot of parents share their passions with their kids, and the Master Universe Origins line is perfect for that. They're durable, they're posable. You know, if somebody swallows something, you can get it out of them easily. You know, there's a whole bunch of things that can. I said that with a straight face, by the way. You know, there's a whole bunch of things that that allow for for playability with kids on this line. And you know what? These are things as a parent you got to worry about. I'm pretty sure, because all of a sudden you walk around, you see that He-Man's head is missing. First thing you do is you run to the kid and you're like, "Here, spit it out, spit it out," right? And that's again, these are the funny things that happen, right? But it's all part about sharing that with your loved ones, right?
Yeah.
And not like as adults collecting toys. We don't have too many peers who are gonna, come over here and respect what we do. Let's just be perfectly honest with you. We have to have these groups. You guys are friends because we get along because we collect toys.
Yeah.
Right? If I bring over any of my other buddies, they'll basically look at me, weird and like, what the hell are you still doing? Like they'll be like, well, kid, that's really cool. But that's about as far as it goes. You know what I mean? Then they'll leave the house and say, Jesus Christ, he's a weirdo, right? I mean, that's what happens. You know what I mean?
I got those friends like that back home. We're all musicians, and they didn't understand my hobby with collecting.
Oh, they'll drop $1,500 on a Fender guitar, right?
Oh,
it's like
absolutely. I'm a professional musician myself.
There you go.
And I'm endorsed with a lot of companies professionally, and I have an image that I have to maintain for those companies and stuff. When I started posting my collection, customs, kit bashes, stuff like that, I had my artist reps. I had professional musicians looking at me like, "What the hell are you doing?" And it gave me a little bit of a complex. I felt a little bit weird trying to share my collection with the world, with my professional music world, and it didn't resonate. It fell flat on its face. And again, like Skelly said, you'd put $1,500 on a guitar, no problem, not even blink at it. But the community looks at the toys and they go, "What? It doesn't make sense." So that's why, with the help of Jay and Oz and guys in this chat, have helped me kind of allow that to come out and share this with like-minded folk. And I think Jay's right. We're here sharing with a group of people that it all relates to, because in our own personal lives, when we have friends over or whatever, it might not resonate the same way. So it's nice to have these kind of groups, people in the chat, the people watching and tuning in. Thank you, because these are the people that get it.
Yep. Everybody's interests matter, and even if we don't understand it, we've got to step back and think about what we say before we, and I don't mean to talk down about musicians who buy expensive stuff and people who want to buy motorcycles. I hope I don't ever do that, because it's like, I've got my obsessions too. It's just different. And it is strange how people kind of look at it differently than if I were to like invest in like sports jerseys or something. But that is, we should be proud of our collections and what we represent, and shoot, I mean, I'm going to say it again. If anybody wants to, trade me some massive diorama pieces for an Eternia playset, you make me really happy, because I'm proud of what I love.
Yeah.
Deep Thoughts by Jack Handy.
Yeah,
it's getting deep here.
So deep.
This has been another installment of Snake Mountain After Dark.
Oz, you might as well play the video now. I mean, like we're in the gutter.
Well, I mean, I was gonna say, why don't we go ahead and round things out here, and what we'll do, everybody just go through and give your final thoughts on what we're looking at. I think we've already kind of hit that point a little bit here, but let's just go ahead and go around. Skelevator, why don't you start it off? Then we'll kick it over to Ray, then Bobby, and Jay.
Yeah, I'll keep it brief. I never saw one of these as a kid. By the time this came out, I was working my way out of this and into other interests. and out of Masters of the Universe. It's never left me, but I was interested in other things. And so it's very interesting to kind of create a new nostalgia for this. That's really what I've been doing with the Eternia playset, seeing it in person finally, and the vintage one, just realizing how cool this thing is. It's an amazing thing. I'm really excited for it. I'm excited for fans that can afford to get it for themselves. I'm excited to see people's videos and toy photos, like in particular. It's a great moment in this like phenomenal like nostalgia craze era that we're in. It's phenomenal. It's cool.
Yeah, I think I'm right there with you. I didn't have Eternia as a kid. I've never seen one. It's just one of those toys that came on the tail end of a massive toy run that spanned years. And so it's noted as one of the rarest play sets around. So the fact that we're getting one now, in the time that we are getting it in this era of nostalgic, reborn toy collecting, bringing back all the greats, I think it's one of the most exciting pieces that I've seen. And yeah, to have the opportunity to swing at something so crazy, I think is awesome. I think that's what this life is about. Swing for it, have fun. That's what this is about. It's not about stressing. It's not about FOMO. Those are environments that are created, by these machines. But this is supposed to be fun. If it's not for you, don't buy it. If it's something that you want, you'll figure out a way. You'll sell something. You'll work hard. You'll save, and you'll make it work. So yeah, have fun with it. That's what I'm going to leave off on. Have fun with it.
Yeah, I'm right there with Skelevator. When it came out, I was getting in different interests as well. I was getting into a lot of music and everything, and walking down to the local record store and picking up records for a couple bucks here and there, which was what I was doing. I was also getting close to getting into high school as well. But yeah, it's awesome that we're at where we are with MOTU. I shouldn't say MOTU, Masters of the Universe. It's a beautiful thing that how we're bringing all the community together and meeting everybody and all that stuff. But if you want Eternia, get it. If you don't, you're still a fan no matter what. It's just live within your means. That's all I have to say.
Wise words.
Oz, you gonna say something, or do you want me to say something first?
You go on. You first, and then I'll.
All right. So honestly, I've been excited for this ever since I heard about it. I mean, like, I think we all were. Where we are to where we are, where we were then to where we are now. Honestly, I'm not surprised at the price. As a matter of fact, I'm sort of relieved at the price, because I was hoping for sub 500. We just got above that. Shipping is what it is, and just like everyone's been saying, I'm going to echo everybody's sentiments. If this is something you want, do it. This is a once in a lifetime opportunity. Here's the truth. Right now, there's probably maybe 15 to 20,000 Eternia playsets out there in the world, right? And you got to think about that. That's not a big number. All right, that's not a big number at all. A regular run for a company of Mattel's size is 30 to 50,000. That's more in line of playsets. Action figures, they can go up to 100,000, but that's not a lot of playsets. If for whatever reason this is a close race, and they only get a little bit over 6,000 or 7,000, these playsets are going to be incredibly rare. Like because the price is prohibitive for many people. But I don't really see that happening. I think that this is going to be I won't say a runaway success, but I do think that the global market for MOTU, right, Master of the Universe, is huge. They've just got to reorganize themselves and figure out how to fix their already inherent problems with this website, because it's going to be their Achilles heel when it really comes down to it. Am I going to get it? I'm going to say I'm going to wait until the very last damn day to actually figure that out. That's just basically why we have 30 days. I'm gonna wait all the way till the end because I like not that I don't want that King Grayskull, but to be perfectly honest with you, there are ways to make him. Skelevator's right. You can make a King Grayskull. So that's something that it's not outside of the realm. Um, but the playset itself is it's a once in a lifetime opportunity. This is never going to come around again. Like they will not. I almost guarantee right now,
Right.
it's going to be
Yeah.
another 40 years before they try this again. Like that's just the way it is.
Maybe.
And let's be perfectly honest, guys. Let's be perfectly honest. They did not give two shits about Master Universe. They were literally more than content to hand it off to Super 7, get that royalty check, and be done with it. It's only because of this huge nostalgic resurgence that's coming out in the last 5 years that they realized that they had a property which they could definitely make some money off of. And you know what? Regardless of how many people say that Master Universe is just hanging on the shelves, that may be true in some markets. That's not true in others. There are people out there who are just dying to get some more MOTU in their stores, and they never do. Never. You know what I mean? Like you have to resort to Big Bad Toy Store. You have to resort to Entertainment Earth. Sometimes you got to resort to going all the way to Europe. I mean, I've heard of people actually buying a ton of stuff from Europe and it being shipped over here.
Yep.
Right? We are living in a golden age of nostalgia, and you know what? We as collectors should be thanking our lucky stars because this hasn't happened in decades. Seriously. Trying to get a full collection of Master Universe, decent, figures without their legs basically, sheared right off. It's those dumbbell, those dumbbell joints just do not last, man. You know what I mean? They disintegrate. So we are living in a golden age in which we can relive, our childhoods and basically be who we are all over again. And this is a time where we are now connecting with each other. Like I said, for a long time, I'm pretty sure everyone had this at one point. I thought I was alone. You know what I mean? I thought that I was alone. I thought that, I'm a weirdo. I did not people didn't do what I do. You know what I mean? Like who collects all this stuff, right? But you know what? It's amazing what the internet's been able to do for us. We've been able to reach each other. We've been able to find each other. We've been able to speak to each other and share these wonderful collections. This is a godsend at this time for us. You know what I mean? And because of that, I feel incredibly blessed to have met all of you guys. You know what? Thank you for sharing this time with me, guys. This has been an absolute pleasure. I hope you guys invite me again because this is just out of this world. Seriously.
Yeah, this has been fun. A lot of fun. Group hug.
Yeah, definitely.
Virtually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna get the Eternia hug.
That's right. Eternia hug.
Yeah.
Well, close it off, Oz. Let's
All right, guys. Yeah, I mean, everything each and every one of you said is absolutely true. This has been an outstanding community to be able to share our passions and really enjoy this together in a way we've never had before. And it's because of all of us coming together that we really have what we're seeing today. I don't think if it wasn't for the community that has grown online within this, that Mattel would be pushing Masters of the Universe so hard, especially on a 40th anniversary. It's weird. Like you might see something like this, like a 50th anniversary. That's still 10 years away.
Yeah.
This is a 40th anniversary, and they are pushing 3 separate toy lines in a retail, which is nuts. And on top of that, we've got these exclusives for online because they know not everything that they want to try and make would make it to retail. So, like Eternia, there's no way this would make it in a retail setting. There's just space wise, retailers would not want to. Where are you going to put it?
Right.
The Hot Wheels aisle where they got the big racetracks, the Barbie aisles with the big doll houses. You can only fit so many on a shelf, and that's it. They're not going to want to carry it. They're not going to want to store it in the back of the store. There's not enough space back there for it. So this is something that we can only really look to get in this kind of way. They learned once before back in the 80s when Eternia first came out, it was $140. You can look it up. Mattel spokespersons have said. It was 140 at launch. And now you can see people with flyers from Toys R Us and other retailers showing that this thing went for less than $90 at stores. And it's not some kind of sale price either, because sale prices back then, they showed you the actual price, they showed you the markdown price. It's showing like 89.97 at Toys R Us. So Mattel had to take a huge hit to get this thing to move on shelves, and even then it didn't move. I've talked to many people. Jay, you've told your own story about seeing it in a store, just sitting there, not selling. Like that's the kind of market it was. So now is our second chance. We get to dive into this. We get it because they can bring it to us in a non-retail setting. It's not going to shelf form. This is crowdfunded by us. So it's up to us to make it happen if we really want it. And that's what this is all about. They're only asking for 5,000 backers, which if you guys watch HasLabs, they always want like 8,000, 9,000 backers just to get the product to go. And then they worry about stretch goals and thereon. I think Mattel's taken what they've learned from Hasbro, and they want 5,000 to get it backed, but they know it's going to do more. And I have a feeling that the way we're all talking about it, I mean, look at what happened today, guys. Like, several of us were all at work earlier today and, just chatting around. And next thing I know, we're getting so many of us on here tonight that I was actually wondering, oh God, I'm going to have to rotate guests in and out so that we can have them come on and speak and have their opinions heard. We're all that excited about something that, it makes you feel like a kid again. You have that excitement, that drive that you had as a kid when you thought you were invincible and could do anything. So, let's enjoy, let's share with everybody. Let's get this thing backed. I think it was said best here, if you're trying to get it, go for it. Don't stress about that first week with the figure. It'd be great to get a King Grayskull, but like Jay said, Skelevator said, we can build one. You know, Pretty sure you can still find Clamp Champs sitting there on clearance at Target. Go ahead and go grab one of them King Grayskulls from Masterverse. You can put yourself together your own King Grayskull. But, we've got 1 month to get this thing fully backed. I want to see it happen. I really, really want to see it happen.
Yeah, we always fantasize about having a time machine and going back and getting one of the Eternia play sets for $90 on sale because it won't sell at the Kmart or wherever. This is essentially a $700 time machine.
That's right.
That's pretty phenomenal, folks. Like that's not that. This is the thing that you were waiting for. The fantasy come true, and it's going to cost $700. I'm not asking you to spend $700. I can't spend $700, but it's an amazing opportunity for folks that can.
That's right.
It's a really cool time.
I agree. I completely agree. All right, guys. So I think that really takes it to about a wrap. Guys, if you liked what you saw tonight, please give a like and subscribe to the channel. Also, everybody that's on here, Mega J, if you're not already following him, make sure you go ahead, give a like and subscribe. We got Collecting Classics. You can find him on YouTube. Jump on, give that like and subscribe to him as well. He's got some awesome content that he puts out. You got to go watch his one video about Moon Man.
Oh my God, so good.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
Such a good video. It was really well done.
Guys.
You and anybody who's here knows where you can find me in Skelevator. We've changed it up. We're going to be doing our Toy Frenzy shows on Thursdays now, as opposed to Saturdays. So come back this Thursday, 9:30 Eastern Standard Time and 6:30 Pacific Standard Time. We're going to be doing a dual unboxing of the Horde Grizzlor. I mean, doesn't get much better than that. Great way to kick off. Here we go. Awesome way to be kicking off October with unboxing Grizzlor. And last but not least, by any means, you can check out Bobby and the rest of the Collectors of Power at the Collectors of Power podcast. See them on YouTube. Get them wherever you get your podcasts. It's awesome.
Appreciate
And
that.
I think Jay's got one more thing to close us out for the night. And, might as well go ahead and share it, Jay. What everybody else was thinking about today when they weren't thinking about Eternia, we were all having a little bit of fire,
I mean, you got the play button. I can't do anything.
That's right, because you sent it through this. I got to do it.
You got to do it.
Yeah, that's me. All right, guys, gonna close this out. This might close my YouTube channel. Don't know. See
It
how
won't.
Ray-
It won't. There's actually nothing wrong with it. It's not good.
So, guys,
Let it play again. Let it play again. Play it again. Play it again.
y'all didn't see Madeline Pryor earlier today. Okay, that's enough. That's what we've all been snickering and joking about all night, guys. That's your snick after dark.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night, everybody.
And on that
Enjoy.
bombshell, good night, everybody.
Yeah, see you guys.
Have a great
Thanks.
Have a good one.